What did you say? She's like, you need to go to the hospital right now. I started bawling. I don't know why I was crying, but I had so many different reasons in my head why I was crying.
To prosper, I have come with stories to tell. I have come with testimonies. Take a look at me, you can see it. Say you can call me testimonies. It is my time and it is my season. All around me testimonies.
So it all started June 21st, 2018. It was on a Thursday, and I did have an NST appointment on that Thursday, because normally I'll have an appointment on Monday and Thursday. Now Monday I go for an ultrasound, and Thursdays I go for my NST test. That was gonna be my second on NST test, and I had it on Thursday 9 a.m. so I had a pretty good night's sleep. Woke up that morning, got dressed, took my shower like every other morning, went for my NST test, got there, took my pressure, everything was normal, sat on the table, did plug the monitor and everything, and I sat there for pretty much, I think, about 25 minutes. So they were gonna monitor the babies for 20 minutes to see if they have regular heart rates, they have whatever they're looking for. So, which is none of my business. Of course, it's my business. Yeah, I need to make sure my babies are okay. Yeah, so I sat there for 20 minutes. They did monitor the babies. The nurse did all she could do. We didn't have any contraction, no sign of any contraction, and also we had 2 heart rates, so the babies are doing fine. And another thing, baby A was breech and baby B was head down, but during that NST test, for some reason both of their heart rates were up, which is a sign that both babies were breech. I don't know how that happened, because at the late stage of pregnancy, I mean, they really don't have enough room for them to flip. So for some reason baby B managed to switch position from being head down to breech. So that was just what they were guessing, and I was gonna find out on the following Monday when I have my next ultrasound to see if the babies are actually breech. So I left that appointment, everything went good with the NST test, and I had another appointment with my doctor 2:45 p.m. so I left her, went home, did my normal routine, went to the store, did a little shopping. I mean, I had some stuff I needed to get because I had a scheduled, let me just backtrack a little bit. I had a scheduled C-section coming up on July 1st. Yep, so we had a scheduled C-section. We're gonna do the C-section just because baby A is breech, and scheduled C-section on July 1st just because baby A was breech. So come this Thursday, like, let me take it back a little notch. I had my 2:45 p.m. appointment with my OBGYN. I left home around, let's say I left home around 2:15, because hubby came home. Normally when I have an appointment, he will leave work and he will take his break within that time frame, and he got home immediately. As he got home, I left for my appointment, and right before I was about getting in the car, I felt this sharp, like a contraction. Yep, I felt this pain, and I had downloaded the contraction app on my phone, so I quickly went on there and I'm like, okay, this is looking like contraction, let me hit on the start button. So I did hit on the start button. I monitored it. It was for like a minute or so, and then I got in the car, started driving. As I was driving, I had another contraction. That was like 7 minutes apart. I had another contraction, and it lasted for like about 2 minutes too. So from my home to my doctor's appointment is like 15 minutes. So right when I was getting close to the doctor's office, I had another contraction, and that's from that 7 minutes, it was like 18 minutes apart. I'm like, okay, this is not really regular. I don't know what's going on, but it looks like it's Braxton Hicks contraction. Yep. So I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna ignore it. It's good I'm going to the doctor. She's gonna check me, you know, she's gonna check my cervix to see how far I'm dilated, because my previous appointment with my doctor, I was 1 centimeter dilated, which is normal because I've had babies before. So when I got to the parking garage, I parked my car. As I was walking to the doctor's office, boom, another contraction. I'm like, okay, this is getting serious. Well, I managed to walk up to the doctor's office, got there. I was like 5 minutes late because of the contractions. I had to take some breaks. You know what I'm talking about. So yeah, so when I got to the doctor, I did my little signing, I sat down. So finally the doctor called me in. I had to do the pee, which is regular at the OB/GYN office. So I did my pee. When I sat down, room 1, when she came in, she was trying to take my pressure. As she was trying to do that, I did like, She's like, are you okay? What's going on? I said, I think, I didn't say I'm having contraction. I said, I'm think, because I wasn't sure. I said, I think I'm having contractions. So she's like, okay. I just said, okay, to myself. I said, okay, it's pretty normal at this point. She thought it's normal too, because I mean, you have, when you're getting close, you have contraction every now and then. So we thought it was just something like that. Okay, so after she took my pressure, I got on the scale. I did weigh 210 pounds. I was like, oh my gosh, these numbers are getting really high. So 1 second. So when I got on the scale, like, I did weigh 210 pounds, and I'm like, okay, these numbers are getting really high, but I really wasn't concerned about that. So I got to another room, waist down. She told me waist down, undressed waist down, so because she was gonna check my cervix. So I laid on the bed. She's like, oh girl, you're doing so good. You're carrying twins and you're doing so well, and people carrying just one, they be complaining. I'm like, yeah, I got it like that. So the moment she was trying to check my cervix, I don't know, for some reason, even before she touched me, I was like, oh my gosh. And for some reason, I didn't feel any pain compared to the last time she checked me when I was 1 centimeter dilated. I kind of felt a little bit of, but this time I didn't feel anything. And she kept pushing, she kept pushing. She's like, girl, when she stopped, she's like, girl, when have you been, when did you start having contractions? I'm like, just right before I got to your office. I mean, I said right before I left the house, coming to the doctor's office. She's like, oh, because the babies are really, I can't feel anything. All I can feel are the babies. She's like, you need to head to the hospital straight. I'm like, what did you say? She's like, you need to go to the hospital right now. I started bawling. I don't know why I was crying, but I had so many different reasons in my head why I was crying. The first reason is I had a C-section scheduled on July 1st, and my mom was supposed to get here on June 30th just to come help out. I mean, since I was going out for the C-section, she was gonna stay with the kids. I'm like, well, how am I gonna do this? You know, so I started bawling, and I'm like, I'm not ready for this. I just came for a doctor's appointment. I don't even have my charger. Look at the stupid reason. I'm like, I don't have my charger. I'm not ready for this. I just left the house. I told my kids I'm going for a doctor's appointment. I'll be back. Everybody knows I'm going for a doctor's appointment. I didn't see this coming. She's like, girl, just now I was congratulating you, and now you're here bawling, crying. I'm like, it's okay. I quickly dried my tears, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna head to the hospital, because where her office is like 10 minutes from her office to get to the hospital where I was gonna deliver my baby. So yep, I said, okay, that's fine. Quickly left the doctor's office. Didn't have to schedule for any other appointment, because of course we're gonna have the babies. So I left, managed to walk to the garage, got in my car. Well, when I left the doctor's office, sometimes there's no reception. So when I got out of the building, I called my husband. I'm like, okay, you need to call your job. You're not going back to work. I know you came for lunch break, but you're not going back to work. I'm going to the hospital to have the babies. So get the kids ready, situate them, drop them off somewhere, and I'll send you everything. Just meet me at the hospital. He's like, okay, that's fine. You know, so I drove to the hospital. When I got off the phone with my husband, I called my mom. I called my mom like 3 times. She didn't pick up. I'm like, okay, what's going on? I have something to tell you. So finally she called me back. She was like, she was in the bathroom, you know. I told her, I'm going to have the babies. I'm just leaving the doctor's office right now. She's like, what? I'm like, yeah, that's what's happening. And I also got on a group chat with my sisters. We have like this group chat, so I send them a message. I'm like, okay, I'm going to the hospital to deliver the babies. Y'all have me in your prayers, okay? Yep, everywhere. They were surprised because most of my sisters are in Europe, so the time difference, some got the message. And Karen, who is here, my sister, she called me immediately. She's like, okay, what's going on? I said, yeah, that's what's happening. My mom called me, so we were on a three-way call. I was driving to the hospital. As I was on the phone with them, contraction, my mom is like, pack somewhere. You know, she was panicking. She's like, pack somewhere, wait until after the contraction. She kept asking, are you close to the hospital? Yeah, I'm like, I'm 3 minutes away. I can handle this. I'll go. I can handle this. I don't want to stop. I just want to go. So finally I got to the hospital, packed at the garage, got out of my car. As soon as I got out of my car, boom, another contraction. I just leaned forward on my car and I was like pressing on it, like taking a deep breath, and that passed. And I had my camera with me, luckily, so because I just, for some reason, it was just in my bag. I had my camera and I just wanted to capture few clips. Those are the clips you guys saw from the vlog. Yeah, so I did manage to capture some clips. Yep, so I got to the hospital. As soon as I was walking into the level 1 delivery building, everybody was looking at me like, I see them talking to themselves. And one man actually asked me, are you having twins? Because my belly was huge compared to other people I saw there. I saw different ladies there. Their belly was just like average, but mine was sitting like boom. This, like, they're talking to themselves like, oh, she's having twins, she's having twins. And I'm just holding out, take my camera, I be doing like they be looking at me like, okay, and she's by herself, is she okay? You know, I'm from Africa, I got it like that. I'm talking to myself. Yep. So, and while I was there, just 5 minutes after I got there, my doctor's office called me. She's like, the receptionist, she called me. She's like, Barbara, where are you? The doctor is at the hospital. She can't find you. Which hospital did you go to? I'm like, I'm at the right hospital. I had talked to like one of the nurses, like, okay, she's, yeah, okay. So they told her I'm doing my check-in. So they quickly did everything because we barely had no time. If I tell you the babies were right there, they were down there. They were ready to come out. Like, seriously. So they quickly did my check-in and they wheeled me. They brought a wheelchair, wheeled me up to the room, to the triage. Did all the stuff. I mean, you guys saw those clips from the vlog. So yeah, did all that. And the nurse kept asking me, when is your husband gonna get here? Because we don't have any time. So I kept calling him like, okay. I mean, he did pretty good. He made it right on time. Like, I mean, right on time. So finally he got there. He brought my charger. I know my charger is important to me because, I mean, I'm kind of addicted to my phone. I love my phone. I like keeping myself updated with whatever is going on. So yeah, he brought it. They gave me medication, like some, I don't know what medication, but you might, I don't know what medication that was, but they gave me medication for heartburn and something. They asked me when I last ate, and I'm like 30 minutes ago, because on my way to the doctor's office I had me some spaghetti. Yep, very pepperish. So because normally when you're going in for a C-section, they don't want you to eat because you might throw up. So I ate something, so they gave me medication. So they took me to the OR. My husband had to stay outside, so they gave him his changing clothes. So they told him, okay, we'll be back in like 20 minutes to get you ready. The lady who does the Anna, I don't know how to pronounce that. The lady who does the epidural, so she came in, she's like, oh, can you walk? Because it'll be best if you sit and just hunch on your back. That will make it really easy, other than you just laying on the bed and laying sideways. You know, it might be a little difficult. I'm like, oh yeah, I can do that. I just want anything easy. So I got down, walk, and I did that. I mean, before I know it, it was already in. She told me she's done. I'm like, oh really? Is that what it is? And I've had a lot of complaints, a lot of different things about epidural, how big the needle is, how it's so painful. yeah. But trust me, I had a great experience. She's like, oh my gosh, you were so good. They were just congratulating me. I'm like, okay, what am I doing so good, you know? So after she did that, I got back in the bed. The operating bed is really pretty small, so I got back in the bed and I started feeling myself. I mean, everything was just numbing. I can't even feel my legs. I couldn't feel anything. I'm like, oh, okay, this is working good. And I think they strapped my hands. They didn't want me moving or something. They did strap my hands and they started working on me. And by the time we got into the OR room in delivering the babies and leaving the OR, I think it took about 46 minutes. Everything sewing me back together, it took about 46 minutes. So everything went well. When baby A came out, they delivered baby A at 5:16 p.m. and baby B 5:19 p.m. They are 3 minutes apart. Yep. And baby A did weigh 5 pounds 4 ounces and baby B weighed 5 pounds 14 ounces. And mind you, everything happened so fast. I went for doctor's appointment at 2:45. I got seen about 3:10. I left there. By the time I got to the hospital, it was around after 4, and they did everything really fast. Everything happened so fast. So yep, baby A delivered at 5:16, B 5:19, 3 minutes apart. So after everything was done, took me back out. My husband took a couple of pictures and a little video, and then he brought the baby to me after she was cleaned up. And I saw, all my question was like, do they look alike? Do they look alike? Because I know I'm having identical twins, but you know, sometimes they might look a little different, you know. And my babies look a little different because in terms of weight, they weigh different, and they have a little jaundice. So one have a different, it's kind of yellowish. So I know as they grow, they pick up their weight and adjust into their color. Everything is gonna get back normal, because I want my baby to look identical. Like, I mean, identical. I want to get him confused. Yep, I want to get my babies confused. Yep, I want to get him confused. Yep. So they wheeled me back out. Oh my gosh, the aftermath. I was shaking. I was literally shaking the hell out. Like, I don't know, for some reason those medications, I couldn't wait for that epidural to wear out of my system. And trust me, it took like, I don't know, for some reason, maybe 2 hours or more for it to get out of my system, or even more. But I just couldn't wait. I kept itching. It was really itching me so bad. I'm like, epidural is good, but waiting for that thing to get out of your system, I wasn't feeling myself at all. I couldn't talk. All I did was just, I closed my eyes. I was just praying, trusting God, worshiping. Even in the OR room, that's all I was doing, singing my favorite song while they were doing the operation on me. You are my promoter, you are my defender, you are the living God. Is there no one like you? That's all I was doing, because I wasn't feeling myself. I couldn't talk. I didn't want to talk to anybody. Everything they asked me, are you okay? You doing good? I was just shaking my head. Yep, I was just shaking, because I didn't want to talk. I wasn't feeling myself, and plus I didn't eat. They don't want you to eat. I could only eat like the next day after 24 hours. They didn't let me eat. So it was really horrible, but the whole experience, the birthing experience, I had an amazing doctor. I love her so much. I just see her as a big sister. She's so proactive. She's good at what she does. I really want to give her a special gift, but I really don't know what to give her. I just feel like she has everything. So if you're watching this video, give me ideas on what type of gift I can give to my doctor. I mean, she's amazing. Within less than 2 years, she's delivered 3 babies for me. I mean, I just love that woman so much. And my family, we love her. Like, my mom met her, my sister met her when I was having my son. I mean, we just love her. She's just so good at what she does. She's right there, right on time. Everything is just, she's amazing. So again, if you're watching this video, I need ideas, please. What kind of gift can I give someone Will you think like she has everything? I mean, I really don't know. So give me ideas. Leave comments down below telling me what kind of gift idea you have in mind that you can give someone so special to your heart, because she's so special to me. I love her so much. I'm not gonna disclose her identity right here, but again, if you watch my video while I was having my son, yep, I love her so much. That's my labor and delivery story. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really thank God for an amazing baby. Yes, I thank God for safe delivery and everything. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, make sure you go ahead and hit on the subscribe button down below. I love you guys so much. Bye.